Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Tonight's topic is going to be the casualties of the narcissistic relationship. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So if you were in a narcissistic relationship, or maybe you're in one right now, you can understand exactly what I'm going to mention here in this video. In every narcissistic relationship, there are casualties. Now, full disclaimer, 12 to 15 minute video can't even come close to scratching the surface on all the casualties of a narcissistic relationship. But for this video, I'm going to touch on a few specific examples that aren't really mentioned as often as I would like them to be. So, first of all, let's say you were in the relationship and let's say it's ended. And now, one thing you need to do is, of course, you need to put yourself together, understand that this person was a narcissist, identify it. You have a long healing path and road ahead of you. We know that. But what you will also understand is, among other things, is the casualties of the narcissistic relationship. They run deep, meaning you are going to lose friends, like maybe friends you've had for 10, 20, 30 years. You're going to lose trusted family members. Maybe you were married and maybe there were some in-laws and things like that. They're long gone. Long gone. Maybe you're going to lose business associates. You're going to lose neighbors. You're going to lose, let's say that you're a member of a certain club or church or something like that. And all of a sudden you're going to understand that these people, some of them don't want anything to do with you any longer, even though they don't know your story. The point is, most likely you've experienced the smear campaign, and we know what that is. If not, take a look at some of the videos I've created on the smear campaign. It is one of the most insidious things that has been set up since the beginning of your relationship, ultimately to take you down, of which none of these lies and manipulating words are true. But the casualties of the narcissistic relationship run deep, because what will happen is when you were in the relationship, I am certain you developed many healthy relationships with other individuals that were not the narcissist. Like I mentioned before, maybe in-laws, maybe kids, maybe neighbors, maybe mutual friends you had in common. There are so many different avenues that I could explore in this. This should actually be like a 20-part series. But the point is the casualties run deep, because once the relationship has ended and you've put yourself back together and you've become galvanized and you've become awakened and aware and you understand what happened in that relationship for the length that you were in it, your life has totally changed. It's massively changed. Now, I am not suggesting that it hasn't changed for the better, because if you've put the inner work in and you've healed properly and you understand exactly that narcissism is prevalent on this planet, and you perhaps have identified and healed childhood wounds and understood exactly that you need to have boundaries and that you need to be self-aware and practice self-love. If that's all true, then you understand what I'm saying, because there'll be moments in time when you actually will, maybe you're going for a walk, maybe you're driving, maybe you're on your way to work, and things will hit you. You'll be like, oh, I remember that person. I remember that. And these will be people that that have not crossed your mind in a while, let's say. And they'll cross your mind, and then you'll pause for a moment and you'll say to yourself, wow, that person really was a good friend of mine. And it's a shame that I can't contact them, or that they want nothing to do with me, or maybe I can't contact them because they're still connected to the narcissist and it doesn't benefit me. That would be one way. Another would be extended family members that perhaps you used to have. Let's say that these people have disappeared, and maybe you're experiencing parental alienation, which means you can't even see your kids these days. That's a whole different layer. That is another huge casualty of the narcissistic relationship, because many times the spouse of the narcissist, the narcissist themselves will use this to separate the person that is being abused, which in this case perhaps was you, from the kids. Again, they would use a smear campaign and say all these nonsense things, so the kids or the extended family members stay close to the vest, to the narcissist, and again isolate you. It's another huge example. Other examples could be just remembering the good times you shared with the healthier individuals, maybe at barbecues, family picnics, vacations, birthdays, whatever it was. Let's be real, you did have good times there. It's just that most of them were under the cloud of the narcissist. Having said that, there were a lot of quality people in your life, I'm certain. We spend so much time dissecting the narcissist and the narcissistic relationship, and that's what we need to do on this channel. And again, thank you very much for being here. But this video is about letting you know that there are so many different casualties of the narcissistic relationship. There are so many people that have no idea that this person actually even is a narcissist, or that you are connected to a narcissist, because they don't have the education, they don't have the information, and they've been presented a one-sided story. So again, there are casualties everywhere from the narcissistic relationship. Think about the time that you invested into that relationship. Now, I personally don't believe any time is wasted on this planet. You should be utilizing your time to the best of your ability and always learning, growing, and teaching if you can. But there are people I speak with that believe that maybe some of their time was wasted in the toxic narcissistic relationship. Again, I don't believe that. I don't feel that way, but to each their own, whatever that expression is. However people feel is how they feel. I respect it. Another way is casualties of the narcissistic relationship. Just all of the possibilities that you are missing out on now, or were missing out on, or will be in the future. Meaning, let's say that you connected really well with some friends and no longer do you see them because, again, you have to separate yourself from these people that are associated with the narcissist, and that's what you do. That's the path. That's exactly what you should be doing. But then, there'll be times then you'll be thinking to yourself, wow, I remember we used to barbecue. I remember we used to do this and just go do things. You can't do it anymore. And that's another casualty of the narcissistic relationship because, again, if you've healed properly and done the work, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. You need to insulate yourself, have boundaries, protect yourself, and reveal no information about yourself to anybody that is even remotely associated with the narcissist. That's what you do. But that's another casualty because perhaps you developed good friendships with people or relationships with people and you can't even do it. Another one, let's just go down the religious avenue for a minute. Let's say you're a member of a church or a religious, in religious capacity. And you can't even go to that church anymore because the narcissist goes there and because you don't want to be around the narcissist or the environment or the energy, so you can't go there. That's another casualty because maybe you built up good family and friends there at the church, like good relations is what I'm saying. Same thing like with the gym. Say you went to the gym, used to go there all the time, and maybe that's where you met the narcissist. Well, can you go to that gym any longer? Probably not, because if the narcissist is still going there, you shouldn't be anywhere near there. It's another casualty. Now, you can look at it both ways. Like the point being that you need to insulate yourself and protect yourself, and that's what we do, and that's what I specifically suggest that we all do on the channel, and that's good. But these casualties, they do add up at times, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I really need to change my whole life. I need to change the direction I'm going in, and I need to have boundaries and not go to places or interact with people that I used to when I was in the narcissistic relationship. It's exactly what you need to do. And then you may say to yourself, this is so unfair. Like the narcissist gets to hang out with all of my friends and everybody that we had in common. And you may ask yourself that question. I'm certain you have. And the answer to that is, honestly, for me, it's not unfair. It's exactly how it was meant to play out. It really is. Because if any of those friends or family members or anybody actually did care about you, they would have reached out to you when you were discarded, or they would have reached out to you sometime during the ending post-narcissistic relationship when it ended. They would have. And the fact is this, if they didn't, they weren't your friends or family in the first place. However, it doesn't mean you still don't miss some of the times. You get my point? Like, we're human beings, and human beings need to connect. We like a sense of community. We like a sense of belonging. We like a sense of sharing and just being in the presence of other people that are healthy and kind and loving. But there are times you're just saying to yourself, wow, I can't get over this. Like, I had built up such a great network of family, friends, neighbors, acquaintances, everything, and it's gone just like that. Why? Because the toxic narcissistic relationship ended in any capacity. It doesn't matter. And this is where you take a different path. This is where you take the path that involves you, that you are the priority first, and you come first, second, and third. But there will be moments in time, trust me, that you'll be thinking, wow, it's really too bad that I can't talk to so-and-so, or I can't even say happy birthday to somebody. Let's put it that way. Or I can't even say, I wish you the best. Because remember, in the narcissistic relationship, you don't get closure. It ends with a thud, a bang, a crash, and you are on the receiving end of a smear campaign, most likely. And maybe you didn't even know about it, but the point is, when that happened, most people lost the belief that you had built up with them, the trust that you had built up with them, because they're believing the narcissist. Why? Because the narcissist has been smearing you for a long period of time, and you didn't even know it, so you couldn't defend yourself because you thought that you were with a healthy individual who's on the same road, same path as you were. You weren't. You were with a predator, or whatever that word is, somebody who wanted to manipulate you and take advantage of you. That's who you were with. So there will be times when you think to yourself, it's really too bad I can't reach out and say hi, or say, here's another example for you, here's a really good one. Let's say that the narcissist is your sibling, or your mom or dad or somebody like that, and you can't even reach out and say happy birthday or wish them well. A simple greeting like that, because you know if you do, they're just gonna hammer you. They're gonna tell you what a bad person you are, or how you let them down, or you're not part of their family, things like that. And I'm not downplaying it. This is exactly how the insidious narcissist lives. They want to manipulate, control, and destroy. And with them, remember, everything's black or white, good or bad. You are either in or you are out with the narcissist. That's just the way it works. So what I'm suggesting for this video before I close it is just what I mentioned. It really is too bad. If you're an empath or kind, loving individual who cares about other people, it would be good if you could just speak your mind and say, hey, no problem. What happened in the past is done. I get it. It wasn't right. It wasn't fair. But because you've done your inner work, you don't need to explain yourself to anybody any longer. But it still should not inhibit you from reaching out and saying, happy birthday to somebody, or I wish you the best, or things like that. But you just can't do it. And the reason why you can't do it, like I mentioned, is because anyone associated with a narcissist, you cannot get anywhere near, and that's for your best interest. Guys, I hope you liked the video. I love doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening. Stay blessed. Stay true. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand in every narcissistic relationship there are casualties abound. They're everywhere. This video was specifically for people, personal relationships that you built and developed throughout the narcissistic relationship, and actually probably maybe you did so before you even met the narcissist. But things change, and people actually always show you who they really are in the end, and not just the narcissist, but people in general. So that's why I suggest on this channel frequently to insulate yourself, protect yourself, have boundaries, trust your instincts, follow your gut, and pay attention to red flags. That's the path. That's what you must do. So that's it, guys. No matter where you are on the planet, I love you. Have a great evening. Stay blessed. And remember, you are not alone. Have a great evening. I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. God bless you. Good night.